Today, I'll teach you something about which we often ignore or overlook. This is the story of our quite invisible hero. It's not a famous person, it's not your usual favorite celebrity or sports person. Has something to do with our body and physiology. This is the story of the smallest living unit of our lives, that is the cell, the world's smallest hero, which we often don't see. Imagine a city, let's just forget the cell for a while. Wouldn't your favorite city be well if you had double protection? One guard on the inner side, all the guards on the inner side, and another set of the guards on the outer side. What is the main brain of city? What is the main control center of city? A mayor's office, or maybe a parliament? Then what else do we need? We need a factory. We need a factory which produces all goods and factory lines. We'll tell later about the function of factory lines. Then we need a post office. So let's just relax and construct our favorite city. So we need a post office. Then we need highways to connect all these three, both to the inside and the outside. Then we need people to scavenge or to flush out all the waste materials, as well as we need some people on the factory to build stuff, right? Then what about the last part, last but the most important? We need a nice river to connect and transport all the materials and keep everything in harmony. So just how most cities are in harmony, our cell is also in harmony with each other. Each and every part cooperates with other and functions. सब हाथ मिला के एक साथ चलते हैं, सब एक दूसरे से कोऑर्डिनेट करते हैं, एक दूसरे से कम्युनिकेट करते हैं और एक दूसरे से बात करते हैं, तभी पूरा सेल का फंक्शन अच्छी तरह चलता है और तभी हमारे बॉडी का फंक्शन भी अच्छी तरह चलता है. तो इसको फिर से ब्रेक डाउन कर देते हैं. मैंने बोला कि देयर आर टू guards. So this is the classical structure of the classical structure of our cell membrane, which is the lipid bilayer. This is the classical structure. Then the the control center is the nucleus, which is our parliament. Then the post office is Golgi apparatus, which transports all the substance in small postcards. I will tell you the name of postcards, the medical name of postcards. The main factory, mitochondria, and the factory lines could be the ribosomes and the endoplasmic reticulum. The highways, this is known as the cytoskeleton. The scavengers can be known as, the cleaners can be known as lysosomes. And the builders can be known as ribosomes on the factory lines. So this is the normal layout of a cell. This is quite basic. I have reduced it to very simpler terms, but this is how each and every cell functions in harmony. Like how a city functions, that's how a cell will function. That's how a cell will coordinate with each other. The functions of the components of the cell might coordinate with each other and carry out the larger functions of our body. If we are breathing and if there's blood flow in our organs and we can take up oxygen and nutrients, it's because of the function of each and every cell. That is why they are known as the building blocks of our body. Let's just first study about the control center of our body, the main brain of the cell. This is known as the nucleus. The nucleus is surrounded by a nuclear membrane. It has even one more structure around in it, known as nucleolus. Nucleus is also suspended by its own cytoplasm known as nucleoplasm. Okay, nucleus houses a very important structure called DNA. It has chromatin. Nucleus also has pores to send out messages. It also has pores to send out messages. And the nucleolus contains the ribosomes also. So nucleus is where all the information is decoded. All the information that is there in our DNA as how our cells should function is decoded and it is made. So that was about the nucleus. What about the cell membrane? What about the cell membrane? Cell membrane is selective as well as smart. Selective and smart. It has a phospholipid bilayer. It has a hydrophobic end and an hydrophilic end. And जब भी हम अंग्रेजी शब्द सुनते हैं हम डरते नहीं हैं. We try to break it down into simpler words. Hydro means water, philic means loving, and phobic means to fear something, to be fearful of something. So it has two ends, hydrophilic, which is attached, which it is in connection with the outer part of the cell, that is extracellular cellular layer, and the phobic part, which is in the inner, which is embedded inside the cell. So it has two parts, right? So this was all about the guards. The cell membrane has guards in the form of phospholipid. Apart from that, it has various channels also to allow the transport of substances in and out of the cell. The second is the third is the mitochondria. Mitochondria is, you all must have known, रट्टा करके क्या होगा, powerhouse of the cell. It houses what? DNA. Sorry, it has DNA. My question which I wanted to ask was, what is mitochondrial DNA and what is maternal DNA? If you people are interested, there is a whole significance, and maternal DNA is very interesting. So where does it come from, and what is its significance? Okay, so mitochondria, main powerhouse, so it makes the main thing, which is the ATP of the cell, right? So the next part is the endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum has two parts, rough and smooth. The rough one decodes or makes the proteins, and the smooth ones detoxifies fat or makes the fats, right? What about the cytoskeleton structure? Cytoskeleton structure, it helps to transmit substances as well as, very important parts, support. I will tell you one thing, it has actin. Question for you, what are the other components of cytoskeleton? Then we come to the Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus is the postman, if you all remember. Golgi apparatus is the postman, and it transports the substances in postcard, which is vesicles. Small vesicles will come and transport these substances. It modifies and labels protein too. Then we have the lysosomes, which are the scavengers. The lysosome digest the cells. The lysosomes digest cells as well as harmful molecules. Remember, they are the cleaners. They are the cleaners. Last but not the least, ribosomes. Ribosomes decode the mRNA, and mRNA has a crucial role in decoding proteins from amino acids. So this was all about the cell. I know this is very basic. This is more basic than maybe even 12th standard, but I just want to start in a very basic way. As I told, this can be for uh, people who might not have a medical background, as well as 12th standards, 11th standards, or MBBS students. If you want me to cover more in detail, please reach out to me, give a feedback, or in any way, maybe message me or write it in the comment section if you want all these to be in detail. Thank you.